Yan, welcome. Welcome our Thursday live chat with Chris and Jill. Dress to impress or dress, dress to impress. Ayan. Now, welcome. I'm here in Galveston, Texas. I just finished a whole week of business workshop, but we still serving you with contents regarding with business because they said your dress is your visual resume. Again, I'm Christopher, 2022 Business SBA Business Person of the Year here in South Texas. Lower Rio Grande Valley, I was able to build a six-figure digit of virtual accounting. If you want to know how did I do it, just follow on our YouTube channel at Chris Y Coco. By the way, the Chris and Jill, the vision of this is to serve the global community of entrepreneurs, conversation of growth, success, and progress. Our mission is to educate, empower, and inspire the global community of entrepreneurs and generation of thought leaders, influencers, and dream builders to create and support a digital network for present and future entrepreneur. Of course, this won't be possible. How are you guys doing? Are you ready? Yes, we're ready. If you're ready, I'm always ready. I was born to do this. But won't be possible without my co-host for today. She is a serial entrepreneur, community leader, and business coach. She has a great passion for writing, entrepreneurship, social media management, personality development, and public speaking. A licensed occupational therapist and runs her own company, Excellence Therapy Solutions, in Dallas, Texas. I'll see you this weekend. She co-founded a fashion line, Jil and Jug Couture, with designer Miss Jugger Onate. And currently, she is the chairwoman of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce, DFW. No other than Miss Jill Lasaka. Jill, good
Rise and
morning!
shine, Chris. Good
Rise and shine.
morning. I'm here in Dallas, Texas. I'm very excited. Can you imagine this
Mhm.
is June of 2022? We've got 6 more months for another year 2023. But there's a lot of exciting things. And I think our conversations yesterday was really about talking about our journey as entrepreneurs. You and me, we both share we are medical professional. I am an occupational therapist. You are a nurse, and
But
we have
yes,
both successfully been entrepreneurs. And so we want to tell us what made you decide to transition from being a nurse to an entrepreneur, running your own company.
alam mo, Jill, or everyone, for those listening out there, they say if you have a bigger why, you don't have to figure out 100 miles ahead, the step by step. It all boils down when I was in high school, first year high school, that life is hard. But it gets harder if you don't have the means to pay to buy your uniform, your new books, your allowance. But that's also what
Right.
a point of realization that when you started to know what's wrong and what's right, the next thing that you have to know is how to sell. And that is very important,
Right.
is knowing your that kind of confidence that you can sell anything and everything as long as you have the desire. So that's why when my mom it all boils down to this scarcity. Now, well, we don't have enough money, but then I applied in McDonald's and Jollibee when I was in second year high school. But guess what? I didn't get hired. And that's the time, the point of realization
Right.
that rejection are footsteps to yes. That's why, even though my mom told me, You need to be a nurse, you have to go to America," I still have that root and foundation about I want to be
Right.
my own boss. But at the same time, it's not about the position. You can make money, 500,000. You can make as many as 1 million being an employee, nurse, even a therapist. But the problem is, it's not just about the time, the financial. It's about the time freedom, diba? Kasi the time freedom
The freedom.
will
Very
allow you to spend that quality time to your loved ones. And my for I know we had the conversation that my reason is my mom and then my brother who is my twin brother. I always look back on that reason if I'm challenged by difficult situation. I always look back that this is the money that I need to use para to keep my brother safe in the rehab, and then to give him proper
Yeah.
medication. Then also this is the reason that I need to do this despite of tough, challenging situation. I have to do it because if not, I won't be able to provide means for my mom and then for my twin brother, because it's very passionate, and I could uh just be more emotional about it. But I just want to also know what push you to become an entrepreneur, Jill.
Yes, I think we all have different for our why purpose. And mine was also that YOLO moment, that you only live once. And 15 years ago, I was working at some as a contest as one of, I enjoyed it. I love the working environment, but I came to a point and I get to meet a lot of young entrepreneurs. They started, their own companies. And three major things that really talked about is, when you start your own company, there's challenges. I love growing. I wanna evolve. I wanna bring as many opportunities as I can. So that became my why purpose. I wanna grow. I wanna evolve. I wanna transform what my talents into a that set skills to provide service to people. And then the other thing too is like the freedom to decide how you spend your time, the freedom to as many vacations as you can, and the freedom as money, and make as impact on people that you want to work with, and the service that you're going to be providing with them. And the important thing is really understanding my, and I'm very big in starting up I can share my skills and my talent, and starting my own company, the Excellence Therapy Solutions. And then recently the Jil Jug Couture. We're bringing the world class talent of fashion and using it as a way to empower women. And so this three matrix has really given me my why moment, that since I only want to live once, I might as well as take as many opportunities and chances as I can, because at the end of the day, it's me that's guide how my life is going to turn out. As an entrepreneur, as a leader, I want to be I think the route to that excellence is through entrepreneur.
Yeah, and that's another factor. You mentioned two things. That you need to love it. You need to love it. It's just not
Yeah,
like going to be perfect. You think you know everything, you don't. And it's a continuous problem solving, then thinking outside the box, because this an entrepreneur is something that you're the captain of the ship. Any decision you make, it's either
right.
you fail or you learn. Every type of failure
Mhm.
are footsteps to yes, are footsteps to the next breakthrough.
Exactly.
Steve Jobs,
Chris, I have a quick
Steve
question.
Jobs got
Mhm.
fired, right? And then he
Yep.
before he become like this Apple, he got fired. Yes, go ahead, Jill.
Right. What were two challenges that you faced when you started your own company, and how did you resolve that?
The number one, I think one of the challenges would be the support from your family and your friends, the people around you. That is the number one challenge, because if you don't have, you cannot give what you don't have. But if those people around you cannot give, and cannot give that moral, emotional support of your journey of entrepreneurship, it is, especially when you are at 14 years old. 14 years old, you don't know whether you're doing this. Is this the right thing to do? Is this the wrong thing to do? That is very challenging. The second part
Right.
is yourself, because there's always an inner battle. You have this skepticism, you have this negativity, your inner voice, because your brain is meant to protect you from any uncomfortable decision. We were born to be protected by our thoughts, but at the same time, become an entrepreneur, you're always try and error, trial and evaluation approach. And
Right.
that's always in a day-to-day basis that you're going to battling on your inner self. You have to talk and you have to win over it, because at the end of the day we measure small wins, but the most important is connect yourself with entrepreneur and a lot of business people that been there done that, and they will provide you trails for success. But for you, what are the two main challenges, Jill, of being an entrepreneur?
Yeah. Before before I answer that, my two things from you is, I think the reality is our friends, our closest friends, and our families are sometimes our worst critics. You know, they come
Mm-hmm.
from that position of comfort. They don't want you to fail. So they tend to create scenarios. So it's very important, but perspective that their opinion matters only as much as how you would allow them to influence you. And so it's
Mm-hmm.
very important to really watch out for those negativity that might arise from their, comments or criticisms or suggestions. At the end of the day, you as an entrepreneur will be the one to make the decisions. You're going to call the shots, Chris. That's what makes you the CEO of your own company. Second,
Mm-hmm.
mindset. We all go through it. I think it's the nature to be fearful, to be afraid, to be scared of, starting something. But it's very important to transform these moments of doubts and insecurity into an opportunities of growth, Chris. At the end of the day, the chances that you take every is gonna create a pattern of behavior and attitudes, one that will sharpen and mold you as an entrepreneur. Two of the things that I would find what when I first started my own company was really breaking that comfort level. It was so easy to get a paycheck every 2 weeks from 9 to 5 job. I could spend the rest of my 35 years waiting for that paycheck, but I have to step out, Chris, of that comfort zone. It took courage, it took guts to really do that. And when I did that, Oprah once said that sometimes when you are at a cliff and you have to make an important decision, sometimes after doing your own research, sometimes you just have to, take the leap of faith and see where it goes. And I'm glad I did that, Chris. I'm glad that I had the courage and that I took the chances, because I am most happy as now as an entrepreneur, running a 9 to 5 job. The second
Mm-hmm.
challenge, really finding the resources financially to start your own company and learning
Yeah.
about, really the ABCs, marketing, sales techniques. So those were very important things. And I think you and me, this is where it has brought us. Our platform, we want to provide workshops based on our experiences. Important things that I want to share with our people are four important soft skills that everyone needs to have. One is the ability to problem solve. This is a very important skill. As an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
you need to be able to make quick decisions and solve issues effectively. Second, insight. It's very important to have a person where you're going, and that takes a lot of training. It takes a lot of input from yourself and from people that truly understand what you have. The other thing too is, communication. When you're an entrepreneur, it's very important to communicate your vision and to carry out your vision. People, your customers needs. For our fashion line, it's very important for us to share what we want to give to the women, and using fashion as a way to women. And the other important thing is, having that mindset, Chris. It's important to remain positive and driven, and continuing to follow your why purpose. Why What makes you follow dreams and start your own companies. I'm very excited. Let's talk about what planning for workshops for the rest of
Yeah.
the year.
Right. That's very true when you say about problem solver, insight, vision. That the journey of being an entrepreneur, it's not, the problem is not getting easier. You just get stronger. You have to remember that, because one turning point of my life when I was as a nurse, Jill, was asking for a vacation for 3 weeks or 1 month. But that kind of paid time off
Yeah.
just to spend with the holidays with your family in the Philippines was never given, because there are so many nurses,
Yeah.
Filipino nurses, also would like to get that paid time off, or vacations for 3 to 4. And that
Yeah.
is something freedom. You will not get a freedom if you have a security. If you have a security of job, you don't have the freedom of vacation. You need to be waiting for that, from your boss, from your manager. So you have to take the leap of faith. eh, Then you will connect. The resources that you mentioned is something that before you resource money, you have to resource for people. People that been there, done that, a mentor, a coach, whatever it takes. You can watch it on YouTube. You could connect with your network who has businesses, your whoever has business, and try to connect with them. Talking about resources, this is where we're going to discuss about, we're planning, for me, that Jill, success is not taking in, it's paying it forward. So that's why what we are planning to do is, how did we
Yes.
start, and how did we do it? And this is not just like a theoretical, we were not born with a golden spoon. What we're doing right now is more on teaching how you could be successful on your business. So basically, we're starting on how to start your business. So we're planning to do the four workshops. All right. So the four modules. So these four modules of workshop consist of how to turn your idea into a business, and then the second is how to
Wonderful.
register your business. Since I'm a tax professional and I've been here, I will discuss the different business entities, what are the different things that they have
Mhm.
to in terms of the tax liability, and how to minimize those. And then the third is where you're going to
Right.
kick in is is more on how to market. It's very important to do
Yes.
how to market your business. And then the number four is how to find finance. Of course, it's market and budget. Those are like twins of the foundation for you to launch your business really successfully. You always look on your market, it's ever changing. And then you always need to know if you have the budget from your cost, from your net profit. So I can't wait for us to find the
Yes.
workshop. Yeah, I'll be here on Saturday in Dallas. What do you think about
Yeah,
the
we're this is
program, Jill?
yeah, this is going to be a very exciting moment. And again, I think today the change, the circumstances of how to start a business may be different, but again, the strategy to follow through. It's important to have the knowledge. It's important to have mentors that really understand how it is to make you, successful, and try to bring your create them into a viable, sensible business idea. And like with me, and when I first started the Jill and Jog, it came from the born out of passion, and um, the desire to use passion as a way to empower women. And we've been able to, very fortunate, met a very great designer, Miss Jugger, will be bringing in a while. And so she'll talk about the vision of the company from the creative standpoint. And so, Chris, going back, it's really finding the resources out there. And I think our workshop will definitely be a great resource for our community of entrepreneurs and professionals who are invested in growing. And Chris, the best investment in this world is the investment that you do for yourself. The invest how to be able to sell in public situations, the ability to handle stress, the ability to find the resources within your community, the funding and mentors. I think those are very vital information that we will be able to provide our community. The next 6 months to provide service for the community.
Yeah, and talking about business, you always have the business attire and dress to impress. That's why we're
Yes.
saying that you have your resume, you have your credentials, but it's a complete total package if you know how to dress on the right occasion. But we will not be the one discussing this because we have our expert.
Yes.
Okay, so we would
Yes.
introduce our speaker for today. Miss Jogger traces her early days of designing white growing up in Cagayan de Oro, where she opened her first couture shop. She had an opportunity to work as a designer in Bahrain and dress some of the most fascinating women in Middle East and the royal family. Jugger's love for travel in Europe inspired her to celebrate women in pure elegance and beauty. She took some fashion courses to hone her creative skills in the couture industry. In 2018, she was invited by, of course, Jill Lasaka for collaboration with Roscon Foundation in a fundraising event named Fashion Goes Global. In that year, Jill and Jug Couture was incorporated, bringing the Filipino fashion designer to the runways of Grand Prairie, Dallas, Houston, and Beaumont fashion events. Now, in this year, Jill and Jug Couture participated in the House of Course fashion event in London. Wow, that's a big achievement. This year, Miss Jagger will have the privilege to dress some of the most exceptional women in Texas in her modern interpretation of the Filipiniana Turno at the Santa Cruzan Charity Ball. Let's all welcome no other than Miss Jugger Onate. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone watching the show.
How are you?
I'm good.
How are
I'm
you,
good.
Jogger?
I'm very, very good. Well, at least now I'm able to breathe and rest after the busy week that was behind us already. So it's good. Everything's good here.
Let me throw the question. As a designer, Jogger, where do you draw your inspiration?
So basically, it varies, but as I've said, travel always inspires me to draw out my collection. So and also it's the people that I see in the streets or wherever I go. Every personality or every woman or man that I actually see in the streets, they always have something that I pick on as an inspiration. So that leads me to the number of dresses that I make and collection. So it varies, depends where I am or the setting, but I always find inspiration in everything and in everyone. So that is my, my my points of inspiration usually or mostly.
So, what are the basic
What are your
the the basic fashion tips that you could recommend, especially for women?
I didn't get that.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. But I didn't get the question.
Yeah. What are the basic fashion tips, especially for
Okay,
entrepreneur for women?
okay. So well, we have this thing that we call power dressing for women.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
when we say power dressing, well, usually in the world of finance or in the world of politics or in the corporate world where it is male dominated, a woman has to exert more effort in
Hmm.
dressing up. Not that because it's vanity or it's for vanity, but it's because well she has to establish a her confidence and her style. But it's mostly for the style or for her personal style. So, anyways, for the tip, for every woman, I think she should have like a proper, well, a jacket, a blazer to start with.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That is for the corporate setting, yeah. And then I also do
that's your phone?
believe that, yeah, I also do believe that every woman should own a little black dress.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
by a little black dress, that means it may not necessarily mean that it's a skimpy one or a long one. It should just be a black dress that is very, very versatile. Like she
Mm-hmm.
could wear it
Right.
casually. Then when she dons on something, then it could be changeable to formal to something a woman should own or all women should own. And then next, well, you should have good shoes. We know for a fact that everyone should have good, proper shoes. Shoes that will take us to each level or a higher level. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, something that gives you comfort as well.
Right.
And that also, well, recently I made a tip for a friend who wants to wear a Louboutin shoes but could not stand the different, I mean, the height or the cut or the shape of the shoe. So I offered her a tip to wear the other style of the Christian Louboutin shoes, which is Iriza, which she could actually
Mm,
now very,
okay.
very happily could walk and stand in it. So there are different shoes, different cuts. It may not necessarily be expensive shoes, but you
Mm-hmm.
have to have good
Right.
shoes. And lastly, the overall, the one that will actually wrap it up is makeup. Okay?
Makeup. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Makeup. Every time when you go to work, you have to have a certain makeup or at least a light makeup. May not necessarily be a pageant makeup, but you have to have a makeup. By makeup means good clean face, powder it so it won't
Right.
Mm-hmm.
shine, and then a lipstick. You don't have to wear like eye makeup or everything, or just a light makeup that will actually enhance your beauty. The word here is to enhance,
Yes.
not
Mm-hmm.
to cover your real beauty.
Right.
I love that.
So
I love
Jug,
that enhance. And
Jug, it looks
so
like, styling.
go ahead, Jill. The inter.
Yeah. Jug, it looks like that, you don't have to be, it does not have to be expensive materials to be able
No,
to look good.
no, it
Now,
doesn't
I know
have to be.
everyone, at the end of the day, styling is about confidence, it's about attitude. Can you
Mm-hmm.
expound on
Exactly.
that?
Okay, so um we know for a fact that when one dresses up, it gives her a boost. It gives someone a good feeling, and it boosts up the confidence level of a woman. Um,
Yes.
so in a male dominated setting, in a
Mm-hmm.
corporate where a woman is surrounded by men, this is not being sexist. Yeah, this is not being sexist. This is just trying to boost the confidence level of a woman who wants to achieve, who wants to go to the level that she wants to achieve, her ambition, her goal. Now, part of it is dressing up. If a woman, if a particular clothing or dress gives women a certain level of confidence, then by all means, that is a very good achievement. That is a very good, style. I mean, that will, propel her to do the best that she can. Whereas to a woman who has, well, not have a very good wardrobe or doesn't know how to dress up properly, it's different. You can say, yes, that's my own personal style, but then again, you put yourself in a way that you look good, you look great, you feel great as well. So it has to be balance of the proper dressing up and you know um the kind of place that you are, the usage of it as well. So yeah.
Yeah, and also like
The
Jill, I
fact
want
of
to
the matter,
add
in the corporate, Mhm.
when she said,
in the world, how we look matters, right? I think
It does. It does
how we
look.
project,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does matter.
how we showcase our best asset. Because, like,
Yeah.
personally with me, women that have, there's still a lot of challenge for women to be very successful in the corporate world. And I think to put you in a great advantage is to look good. And looking good does not really have to be expensive, high
Exactly.
fashion,
Yeah.
couture. It's really
So
about finding colors that matches you and amplifies your best qualities.
correct. So I give you an example for it. When you go for an interview,
Mm-hmm.
you have
Yeah.
to put out your best impression, right? So that's when you actually have to wear something that is not tacky but classy.
Mm-hmm.
So by that means,
Yes.
you have to look your sharpest. Like I would suggest a nice color that would you know give you the best confidence, like you state your authority that yes, you do know the things that you're really saying, that you really be confidently answering them the best way that you are, or best way possible. So it's any type will do, but then again, there's always a particular type of clothing that is perfect for every occasion or undertaking or event that you're gonna be. So let's, for example, a gala or a dinner party for the office. If it's formal, then you dress up formally. If it's a casual event, then do it in a way that is also gonna be classy, and that will put you on a very, very good confidence. I'll give you confidence. That's it. So it varies. Yeah.
Kaya nga, Jill, that's why you have to dress to impress, not dress to stress.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Actually,
I like
the
that.
black is the way. Yeah, the black is the way to go. That's my takeaway from Miss Jugger, Jill. Blazer, it's very flexible, right?
Yes.
Having blazer, you could
Depends.
use
No,
it
no.
for
Yes,
presentation. Mm-hmm.
depends also on, like, for example, we do know that in the US or in Europe we have different seasons. You
Mm-hmm.
have to actually know what's best for the winter. You don't want to wear a winter jacket or a winter coat on a summer's day,
Mm-hmm.
because that would be really scorching hot. So propriety, like, dress up properly in a manner that it suits you well, and it also gives you the confidence level as well. So, you know proper
Miss
dressing up.
Jugger, mhm.
Yes, Miss
Miss
Jill.
Jugger, what advice do you have, fashion advice for men, as they go and do their job as CEO of their companies, or
Mm-hmm.
as they go out there and promote their company? How, any fashion tips for men?
Okay, so, well, both men and women always needed power dressing up, but then again, for the men, I don't think it's easier than women, but men are more flexible. So
Mm-hmm.
a good shirt, a good trouser, or pants, like, clean cut, it should be well. eh, but anyways, a good clean shirt and a good trouser and a jacket or a blazer to match with it, and a good clean shoes. Always see, this is the thing where men sometimes fall short. The shoes, the
Mm-hmm.
kind of shoes that they don't actually pair it well with the whole outfit, or sometimes they don't even clean it well. So that is a no. So you have to present yourself accordingly, that you look very good, sharp, and confident, because fashion, even if you have your own personal style, it should come out from you, and it should actually be a reflection of who you are, or how you want the world to see you.
Exactly, and also like nails.
Oh
I don't
yes.
know. Are
I mean,
nails also
grooming,
important?
that would
Yeah.
fall for the total grooming.
Mm-hmm. It's
You don't want to
important.
see um you don't want to see
Nails that look like
yeah,
a
exactly.
plantation or
Yeah,
agriculture. There's so many soil.
correct.
Yeah, your teeth you
So
have to
that's the only
brush.
fun thing when
Those are all
we
the whole
with
package.
grooming and all.
Right, Miss Jugger,
Jill,
what is the fall season
Yeah.
is approaching? What is your fashion forecast? What colors are going to be
Um.
dominant? What are we going to watch out for fall season?
Well, for the fall season, we do know, you do know that the Jil and Jug Couture doesn't follow trends, but we do make our own. And so my forecast for the fall season would be back to basic neutral colors and earth tones. I mean, not that, we change every time, but then it's the basic, it's the most safest. But then again, it brings out, how we've come out of the pandemic. I reflect that. That's my inspiration. That everything should start from the basic, and now we're starting from the basic. So I say just do earth tones.
Mm-hmm.
By earth tones I mean beige, caramel. um I do get references from the Pantones, the Pantone color. But then again, for me, my inspiration is the start to basic, that everything will always go back to the basic.
Mm-hmm.
And so my reference for the next season, my forecast for the next season will be, for the fall season, will be the earth and neutral tones. And that means, the colors will be everything that you see in nature, not something wild, not something, but then
Over
again,
accessorize.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And then the flow will be simple cuts, feminine, because in Jill and Jug would like to empower women. So we have to imbibe the femininity of the flow of the
Mm-hmm.
silhouettes. The cuts, they could be still body hugging, yet, like flouncy, or just flowy. Yeah. And then I'm very excited that for the next season we'll be launching the ready to wear line for the Jill and Jug. So it'll be the Lux Couture. It's, yeah,
And then also there's a saying that you should be wearing the dress and not the dress wearing you.
exactly.
Posture is important. What
Yes.
should be the posture whenever doing this, wherever you're presenting yourself?
Okay, so you have to stand in a manner that is confident.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that you imbibe confidence. So what does it mean? You have to stand properly. Slouching is a no-no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you're wearing a very good outfit, let's say, for example, a well tailored jacket and a short dress underneath. If you slouch, no way that dress gonna look good. No
Mm-hmm.
matter who the designer is, no matter who's made or where it's made from, you have to stand or wear it accordingly. And by accordingly means proper gait and posture. You know, you have to wear it properly. You know, um, when you actually
Is this
um
chest out, stomach in kind of
not
posture,
necessarily, because there
right?
are those
Mm-hmm.
that are. You just have to like stand straight or
Mm-hmm.
sit properly, no slouching. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
slouching is bad enough for your back or
Right.
your shoulders. That can actually pro- prolong. Doing that for a longer period will always, destroy your body posture. So it's always like wear it properly.
And then it speaks volume in terms of confidence as well. At
Yeah.
the end, it's your personality that should shine
Yes.
and should
It's your
translate.
personality. You know why I
Mm-hmm.
always keep on saying I don't believe
Yes.
in standardizing style and fashion,
Mm-hmm.
but I do believe that
That's
everyone
true.
has a style.
Very powerful.
Yeah, everyone has a style, personal style. You just have to wear something that fits the moment or the occasion. You don't want to wear a short cocktail dress on a formal event. You also don't want to wear
Right.
slippers on an interview. So it
Mm-hmm.
has properly, usage
Right.
of it. It should be in a proper you moment
Pro-
or
there you go. Jill,
Right.
what are your takeaways
You
from
know,
our phase one conversation?
styling. Yeah, Chris, styling is really an expression of your, attitude in materials, finding the right designs that fits and accentuates you it can build up your boost your confidence and build up file. You know, the most successful people in the world are some of the most finest dressers in the world. It's really important to spend time and resources to make yourself feel good. And at the end of the day, and as into it, but it's also very important to build that confidence, because you look good, but if you don't feel good about inside, it will
Mm-hmm.
show. And you know, communication and how we project to the world of who we are and how our business is going to be very successful.
Yeah, I mean the dress is just part of the package. That's why
Yeah.
you nonverbal communication and gesture contributes the majority of it, no matter how expensive or how cheap what you're wearing. But if you have that confidence that you know where you stand and what you do, that is really what matters. But
Yes. If
mhm,
I can add one more, it's
yes.
your
Right.
authenticity
Mm-hmm,
that will always shine through. The authenticity of your style. Okay.
Yeah.
I have seen women wear, like simple dresses, not the inexpensive ones, but they look great on it. Let's
mm-hmm,
say, for example, Kate Middleton. I mean, the Princess Kate of the UK. Not all the time she wears very expensive designer labels, but then again, when she wears just even the off the rack outfits, she wears it confidently. She wears it with authenticity, and that makes it a good. That makes her a very very good stylish woman. When you are
mm-hmm,
able to wear something and make it look great, and so that's very very good. That's a very good power dressing.
mm-hmm. Any last takeaway, Jill, so we could wrap up our very meaningful conversation? Jill, may delay.
Yeah, Miss Jugger, tell us what's up next for you and how can people find you on social media?
Okay, so what's next? So right now I'm preparing for the ready to wear line. So it's not easy because it takes months and months of the design process of this one. But then I'm just excited to for Jill and Jug to actually be able to put out our ready to wear line in the world. But this will be based first in Texas and in
Mm-hmm,
Texas particularly, so in Dallas. So the women here will benefit me much because it will be a luxe couture line, meaning it's ready to wear, but it has the luxury effect, the luxury feel, and the cut. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the women to wear it. I mean, seeing women wear something that you've put out, that you've created, and that you've masterfully made it is just inspiring and gratifying. It's humbling, actually. So it's very, very good that I am in the right place because women here are very empowered and very stylish.
Yes.
mm-hmm.
You know, but we would
Thank you,
also
Miss
like to
Jog.
to
And I think,
uh, promote. Yeah. Thank you to
yes.
Jill and
Jill,
Well, thank you
and
so
Faye.
much. And I think people can
Jill,
drag you here. Yes. Mhm.
in Facebook, like in
Um,
Instagram
Thank
or
you.
Facebook.
Uh,
so for Jill and Couture, I think it's in Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, there you go. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And Jill, your internet. Okay. Anyways,
there
thank
you
you. This is very wonderful conversation. We are on a Junior Friday, Thursday live chat. We learn a lot. By the way, my takeaway is at the end, people can copy what you wear, but they cannot copy who you are. So that's
Correct.
why it's consists of the
wonder.
overall package. Yeah, before I end up, thank you, Jill and Jog. By the way, we are inviting you. This is the invitation is for you to know if you want to learn more on our business workshop. We're still conducting both virtual and then also on site. That's where me and Jill were going to discuss about. These are the coverage of our workshop, from how to get a business idea, register, market your business, and finance your business. And there are more things that we will offer on this workshop.
Things to come.
But for you to know more, just we already put our contact information. You can contact Jill or myself. All right, Jill. Thank you very much, Miss Jug. I can't wait to see you
You,
guys. I'll be
Chris.
driving
Okay.
back to Dallas today.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right, have a
We'll
good day,
see you
everyone,
soon.
and enjoy. See you. Bye. Stay
Bye.
safe. Mhm.